Hello, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Yes. Hello, Bill. Hello, Ed. Very happy to have you here. I'm interested in hearing about how we can all plan for severe weather now so we're safe later. And when severe weather hits, you have to be prepared to take care of yourself, your family, and your neighbors. It may take days for the first responders to clear the roads and get power up and running. Gas stations and grocery stores may be closed. So are you prepared for this hurricane season? And speaking as someone who survived Hurricane Sandy on the Northeast, I can relate to all of those problems. So why is it important to prepare for severe weather before it strikes?
Well, the fact of the matter is, if people who make a plan have a supply kit on hand, have the necessary food and water and all that, fare much better than people who have not made a plan. Storm approaches, there's a run on the grocery stores, and they can't get the things they need. So the number one thing we have people do is make a plan for what it is you're doing.
And can you, when you say make a plan, can you elaborate a little? And what should we be thinking about in that plan?
Well, the very first thing is, do you need to evacuate or not? You know that whether or not you're in an evacuation zone. If you are in an evacuation zone, of course, your plan will be to evacuate when told to do so. You need to know where you're going to go, make sure your car is in good shape, take your important documents, your important medications, and of course your pets with you when you go. If you don't have to evacuate, now you have to prepare your house to withstand the storm as best you can. And of course, the minimum recommendation is a 3-day supply of food and water, medicines and the like. I personally prefer to do a week's worth of supplies. It's not that much harder to do so once you've started filling out, getting non-perishable foods and whatnot in your house.
Now, is it just me, or is weather just getting more severe? It seems that the hurricanes are more severe, the tornadoes are more prevalent. Is the weather really changing?
Well, honestly, the facts show no. That we basically are experiencing the same types of hurricanes and severe weather. In fact, we've had less landfalls of major hurricanes. We're in a long stretch without a major hurricane. As bad as Sandy was, it was low on the hurricane scale, and there was a very bad storm. There's no mistaking that. Same with tornadoes. We're not getting more of those or more severe ones of those. I think it's the availability through modern technology, through the social media and the internet, of being able to see these things happening in real time that has gotten people to think, wow, this is getting much worse than it used to be.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you do hear more about other places than your own location about how weather is impacting other people. And that leads me to the importance of reliable power. I lived through Hurricane Sandy, 10 days without electricity. It was a nightmare. Ed, what happened? What can you tell us, Ed?
Well, I can tell you right now, without a doubt, it's not like when I was a kid. When the lights went out, we put on the candles and played some board games and got through the storm. But now we're a plugged-in society. And just like Mr. Reed was mentioning, how we're communicating faster, if we lose that ability to communicate, it's a worse situation for everybody. So power is extremely important. And in my book, the best way to protect your home, family, and your neighborhood is to install a standby generator. Now, a standby generator is not a portable generator. It's a generator that connects permanently to your home's electrical system. It runs on natural gas and propane, so you don't have to manually refuel it, and it comes on automatically. Basically, it's a power plant in your backyard, and there's no better way to protect yourself during severe weather than with a standby generator. And for those not familiar with standby generators, just go visit places like KohlerGenerators.com, and you can see these generators in action and even size one up for your home.
That is so true. I remember my neighbors running to the gas station, staying on lines for 3 or 4 hours just so they could fill their little jerry can and, power up their refrigerator. I mean, these standalone generators don't really do the job, do they?
Well, portable generators are great for camping and tailgate parties, things like that. But when you use them and try to power a house with them, as you mentioned, you have to keep filling them with gasoline. And as times have changed and we're a more advanced society now, as we were talking about, you have to make your backup power more advanced. And a standby generator is going to do that because with natural gas or propane, that will run as long as the fuel supply is going to that unit.
And it's more than just one item it powers. It powers your whole house, isn't that right?
Right. Now, instead of running extension cords to each appliance, when it's professionally installed to your electrical system, you basically will just experience a power outage of just a few seconds till it transfers over to your standby generator, and then your house operates as normal. Now, if you want to be a little more efficient, you could go around and shut down circuits or switches, but if you need to power things up, it's there for you, and these are whole house generators. This is a power plant, a true power plant in your backyard to get you through the storm.
Honestly, I don't know how people can live without that today, because you need to be connected. Everybody, the electrical grid is so important to our daily lives that this is truly could be a lifesaver.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, where can we get more information? Can you tell me that again?
Yeah, you could go to kohlergenerators.com, K-O-H-L-E-R, kohlergenerators.com, and you can look up the size that you can install in your house. But more importantly, since it's a professionally installed piece of equipment, you can get hooked up with a local dealer in your area.
Excellent. Well, Bill Reed and Ed Del Grande, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.